Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit of the WoW podcast, Blue Please, on CynicalBrit.com. I'll give you a quick look at the Firelands raid. So, this opened today. Unfortunately, it is really broken. Incredibly broken. At least the PTR was. So, I wouldn't expect to see a lot of footage out of anyone, really, for the first couple of days until they get these amazing disconnection bugs sorted out. Basically, what can happen is you can be randomly disconnected from the server, only it won't disconnect you. It'll keep you on the server. You'll think you're still there, but you can't do anything. When you log out, and by log out I mean Alt F4, because it's the only way to do things, you get stuck on the server with the character already exists by that name bug. And it doesn't clear up like it does on the live servers, it stays there for hours. This is affecting people at random, lots and lots of people at random, so we were unable to even get our full raid team on simply due to those bugs. So I can show you a little bit of what this area actually looks like, and a couple of half-hearted attempts at the first boss. This is the only boss that was available today. They closed the testing down after a couple of hours on the EU side of things, and they're supposed to be opening up another boss tomorrow, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just opened this one again. Now, because of all the bugs and things like that, even the best guilds like Method and Insidia didn't even get this guy down. I think Method got him down to about 50%, and then horrible things happened to their raid, but with constant disconnections and all sorts of nonsense like that, it is problematic. Now, they didn't seem to spawn any trash here, and I would expect there to be trash in the final version, but since this is a test, there isn't really anything of the sort. And you will see these sort of lava webs around here, and this is a spider-themed area, and the boss that we're about to fight, which is Bethtalak, is a fire spider. Now, I can certainly show you a couple of the mechanics as we go into this and give you some basic impressions about the difficulty on the basis of watching the stream from Method, who, aside from the disconnections, did seem to be struggling quite a bit with this boss, and Method are an extremely good guild, as you are no doubt well aware. This boss is pretty tricky, and we can show you at least some of the mechanics going in, and I'm hoping to bring you more complete guides, wipe-a-thons, and of course the kill video at some point. Also, why is there sun in the Firelands? This is supposed to be some elemental plane, isn't it? I don't even know how the elemental planes work. I always assumed they were like underground or something. Evidently not. It's some kind of alternate reality going on right here. Now, gear-wise, I'm sitting on a 359 pre-made right here, and most of our guys over from Trollface are sitting in at least 359 gear or higher. However, as you can probably see right there, I got disconnected, and my character, Lal Fakers, ended up getting locked, so I couldn't get in. He's actually standing right over there, as you can very clearly see. A little bit problematic, isn't it? Let's go and have a look. Hi, lol fakers, how you doing? You're not actually responding to me. That's a little bit problematic, but there you go. Can't do anything about it, unfortunately. He's just stuck there, and he will actually stay there, and will indeed actually cause you to be unable to invite other people into the raid, because it thinks there's too many people in the dungeon. Not good. So I have a rubbish character that I copied over. This is just not even as well geared as my current main at the minute, so he's awful. But we're doing this just to have a look at it, so I suppose it's okay. Don't expect anything. I have a feeling that you will definitely need the full 359 gear at least with this boss, because there's a lot of raid damage being tossed about, and there's also a fairly high DPS requirement. So when you go in here, he will actually go up into his web, and you can't hit him. Problematic, you might think. So how do you deal with that? Well, he's going to send some spiders down, and they're called Cinderweb Spinners. And we've also got some spiderlings as well. So the spiderlings are AoE-able mobs, and the Cinderweb Spinners you have to DPS down. Now, we actually didn't get a mark there, but there we go. We're going to take this one down, bring him down to the ground. And once you've killed him, you can actually grab hold of the rope, and that will allow you to pop up to the top level, where you are actually able to attack the boss. There's a lot of raid damage being thrown around here. Some of it is unavoidable. We actually only have one healer online at the moment here, so that's very problematic. In come the spiderlings, so you AoE them down. They're not all that difficult to AoE, but you will need a little bit more than we have available here. I think we've only got about 8 people in this actual group, so this isn't really going all that well up until this point. And then you get one of these drones come down. Now, these drones hit like a truck, and if they get close to the spiderlings, they actually get an enrage buff, which is really bad. So that's definitely the kind of thing you want to avoid happening to you if you would like to leave with your spine intact. So this drone just slaughtered us entirely for that one, and down we go. And with one healer, of course, you just can't deal with that. But that's an interesting mechanic to bear in mind, that if you don't keep the spiderlings away from the drone, he will go crazy. Also, did you see that web actually evaporating in an aura of fire right there? Very, very cool effect indeed. Okay, we'll have one more look at it. As I said, we didn't really get all that far, so I'm just showing you this for the sake of you seeing the new content. This is a brand new model, as you can tell. This is not a reuse of the previous spiders. I don't know whether or not his attacks are. I don't think he does the whole springing thing that Maexner and spider bosses like that did, so that's pretty cool that he's not actually reusing those animations. Now, they did say that one of their aims with the Firelands was to put in combat arenas that actually meant something in the fight, as opposed to just square or round rooms where you happen to battle a boss. In this case, you do have that giant web up to the top, which is an integral part of the fight, and if you don't use it, then you will, of course, die horribly. I'm also told that he has a timed attack whereby he has an energy bar, and I think once he reaches 100%, he will do an attack that will kill anyone that is standing up on the web, and you have a little bit of time to get away from that, so you have to jump down the rope again to avoid that attack and constantly be moving up and down. Now, kind of like other bosses where you're fighting on multiple levels or planes or in different areas, you will most likely have to send a healer up there as well, I think, far as I can tell, and leave another healer down on the ground. I think this might be a 3-healer fight, honestly. I don't think one healer is going to be able to deal with all of that raid damage that's coming in, as well as the drone going ballistic and slaughtering absolutely everything, as you can very clearly see there. So that's the only 2 attempts we managed to do before they actually closed it off and stopped us from doing any of the raids, which was really unfortunate. But I hope to bring you some more complete footage once they've actually fixed the PTRs and we're not being DC'd. My name is Total Biscuit, and I will see you next time.